name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. So this is going to be, hopefully, a quickie video. A bit of a quickie with the Rabbi, baby. You know, you can't see about that's going to be worth a like. Right there. It's got to be worth a like. Like, share, subscribe. This is going to be basically the last chance to have any more news and rumors fly around before the Comicon panel, the Comicon 2021 panel, which I think the comments will be disabled for. It won't be live, and they won't be able to see the likes and dislike ratio. That's nothing says confidence, right? Nothing says confidence in your product than you want to silence your consumer of being able to say anything whatsoever. You know, that's always a good plan. So anyway, we have a few things to talk about. Start off with, I was just going to talk about this one thing that I tortured myself listening to the Doctor Who Comics Comicon panel, which was a little bit empty, seeing as there aren't any Doctor Who comics. But whatever. I suffer for you, baby. I suffer for you. But then a few other things came out. I just thought I'll wrap them all up into one video. I will be live tonight at when is it? I think 8 p.m. UK time or 7 p.m. UK time. When basically as soon as the panel finishes, where you'll get my sparkling commentary on whatever dire dross they want to wheel out for us and make and not hear what we think about it, right? So before we get into it, hit the like button, hit that share button, hit the subscribe button. My subscribers doing quite well. YouTube noticed a couple of days ago they took a bunch off, but now we're back up to where we were again. So hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much. I think I'm like about 15 subscribers away from 3,100 now. So thank you very much. Comment, let me know what you think. Oh my God, I just realized I got about 60, 70 comments to go to. You know, this is what happens when you're offline for Sabbath. People watch your videos anyway, and they comment. So I will reply to all your comments. You want to be super nice? Go check out my Indiegogo. It's closing in 1 week. This is it. This is the end of days, baby. 1 week. It's nearly done. Thank God, really, because one of the important things about running an Indiegogo campaign, it is fulfilling. You gotta have your backers feel fulfilled, which brings us back to a quickie with the Rabbi again. So what is this campaign? It's 2 freaking awesome graphic novels. We've got biblical Bible stories, atheist, creatures, rationalist rogues, 220 pages long, freaking awesome story, kind of like Sandman, Swamp Thing, that sort of thing. And then we got the Imperium, a love letter to telly fans in the 1960s, James Bond, Emma Pill, Doctor Who, the Black Slapper from 2001, and a monkey in a spacesuit. Tons of extras. And like I said, again, this campaign's closing. They're not going to be for sale anymore. I mean, the comic books might be available in future lots. I am not so sure about all the extra stuff, which is really cool. We got these posters here, Noble Savages for the male gaze cars, which are all freaking awesome. So I think that again, if you want them, you can get all the extras on their own if they want. But go buy my comics with it as well. Go check it out. Link is in the video notes there. What do you think, Perry? Yes, Perry thinks it's a good idea. Councillor Troy thinks you should try it out as well. There's quite a few things I wouldn't mind trying out with Councillor Troy. And again, you got posters. I think I'm going to throw another one of these posters into the mix as well if you buy both books. So go check it out. Links in the video notes. Thank you very much. 1 week to go. Fine, so let's start off with the sillier news, shall we? The sillier news. John Barrowman. Now, John Barrowman should always just initiate a little smile. Like, he said that, see, he's just a naughty boy, right? And I kind of like John Barrowman for being a naughty boy. It's kind of it's a thing I enjoy in life. John Barrowman has been cancelled because he was inadvertently thrown on the bus by Noel Clarke from about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when things were sane and we could talk about what people did without there being Puritans grabbing the poles and demanding somebody be tarred and feathered. Tarred and feathered. We should be so lucky, right? No, tarred and feathered would be erased from reality. As they do now, as the Puritans do nowadays. So John Barrowman was apt to break the tension on set by getting his dick out. Let's be clear. So a bit of a strange way of breaking tension. I've never needed tension broken quite that badly before. But here's the thing. For it to be abuse, as the woke schools on Twitter are screaming that it is, you need to have somebody who was abused, and I don't think anybody was abused. Nobody's feigning that they've been horribly abused by this. I think it was just a laugh, right? Just laugh. and you have idiot children who live on Twitter, who have no ability to interact with anyone, who are terrified of their personal sexuality. They're probably terrified of their personal sexuality because they're almost certainly normative heterosexual people, which they've been told relentlessly for at least 5 years now is wrong and bad, and if you're not gender fluid and sexually fluid, you're a bigot and evil. So they're probably being forced into directions that they're not entirely happy with, resulting in they're freaking crazy, absolutely crazy. So they don't like John Barrowman, right? They found a new target in John Barrowman, and it's never ever about justice, which is what they always pretended in. It's about power. They want to show people they want to have power, and they are desperate for power. The reason they're desperate for power, again, I think most of them just want to have sex. Okay, I think that's why they're desperate for power, and they want to, when they cancel something, they want to stay cancelled. John Barrowman isn't so easily cancelable. Now, actually, I feel a bit for John because he's on their side in the cultural war. Unfortunately, his side in this cultural divide that we're having are the ones that have spawned the cancel culture totalitarians, the fascists. They are indistinguishable from any fascist in the past, but that's the side that he's on, and he's not that interested in not being on that side, even though his life's been made a living hell by it. He's been cancelled. He's had a bunch of stuff cancelled. There was recently an article in a newspaper, the Daily Mail, where he was supposed to be rehabilitated. I think that was the hope of his agent, that he could be able to go back to being employed again. I'm not sure if it's possible. I thought the timing of it might mean that he could be the special guest at Comicon. I'm not sure. Given the response of this thing I'm about to show you, probably not. So he went to see an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Always a bad idea, right? Always a bad idea. M. Night Shyamalan has done some great movies. My favorite of which is Signs. But he hasn't done any great movies in a long time. So you got to assume his movies are going to be bad, because they normally are. Yeah, they normally are bad nowadays. What can you tell you? So he went to see this movie and said, and M. Night Shyamalan, #old, #blinding edge pictures at Universal Pics. So he wants everybody to know. #fan family. Okay, so he doesn't want to keep this under his hat. He wants everybody to know, what a waste of money and utter shite, man, an utter shite movie. Dude, it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. What did you expect? So here's a bit where I think he was a little bit out of line, right? We get the metaphors, but we still get a refund. See, I think that's a bit dickish, right? I do think that's a bit dickish. When you go in to see a movie, as long as it's vaguely what they promised you, right? Vaguely what they promised you, I don't think you've got a right to ask for a refund. You take that risk. Basically, when anybody hires a creative to do anything, you have the client has 100% control in selecting the creative. They find the person they think will do the best job for them, and then they hire the creative. Then they have to pay them for whatever that creative produces. Otherwise, they could anyone could turn around and say, no, this is substandard quality, and we're not going to pay you for it, right? Anybody could do that. So you need to be protected by that. That actually happened to me, by the way, when one of my first jobs as a graphic designer. Somebody in my local community had me do a logo, right? And he said, "Oh, look, this is all I can't pay for. This is garbage," right? I'm like, "Well, that's a bit crappy, but okay. I'm new to the game." And then about 2 years later, I found out he'd been using it all the time, and because he'd been using it on his t-shirts. I'm like, man, and this was a guy who pretended he was a religious guy. But my point is this: you can't really ask for a refund at that point. The only time I've ever asked for a refund at the cinema is when I went to see Ant-Man, right? And the theater I was in was next door to their office, which had a computer alarm going off every few minutes. So yeah, I heard in the background like this, and it just annoyed me. I'm like, I should be able to listen to the movie without your stupid computer going off. And my rest of my family was fine with it. Me, I paid for the cinematic experience. The cinema did not provide that. So I said to the manager on the way, I said, look, I want a refund for this ticket. You had this alarm going all the way through. She was like, no, nothing. I said, just me to my restaurant. No, nothing doing. So I said, are you sure? Right? Are you sure you want to do this? And she was like, yes, 100% sure. I mean, this kid was about 19. I mean, they probably... the 19, they probably just got out the army, was a Mifaked, like a sergeant. They had a limited level of authority, and they weren't used to being questioned. And something Israelis can't do, and speaking of somebody who was an Israeli, is admit they're wrong. Ever. Just, they cannot back down. So this person didn't realize this was the age of social media. And so after a week or two of constantly posting on their Facebook page in Hebrew, had my daughter translate it for me. Oh, these things. The manager called me up and said, and I was watching another movie at the time, right? I was watching another movie. Manager called me up and said, we're not giving you a refund. I'm like, well, why are you bothering me then? I'm watching a movie. Is it you just don't like enjoying watching movies and you want to try and stop that whenever it's happening? Is that the plan? Didn't really understand what I was saying. So anyway, so we had, then about an hour later, they phoned me up again and offered me for more than I was asking for. I said, look, give me a can of Coke, baby. Give me a packet of chips. Just admit you're wrong. Israelis can't do that, right? But that's the only time I've ever asked for a refund, because I think they didn't deliver what they're given. So this was a bit dickish, I think, of John Barrowman, multi-millionaire, asking for his $30-40 back. It just seems, because they didn't like the movie, right? So you're in the industry, it seems. But even so, error is allowed to be wrong, right? Error is allowed to be wrong from now on. So, got a refund. We were so disappointed. Don't waste your time and money to go sit. #shite from JB and @ScottMail. Listen, that's John Barrowman's husband. Dude. If you're John Barrowman's spouse, you don't need to tell us your mail, okay? We guessed, okay? We guessed. We don't think it's like in the Five-ish Doctors reboot, whatever it was, when you're really married with a bunch of kids. No, we think you're pretty gay, mate. We think you're pretty gay, which is okay. So anyway, John Barrowman, this is why I can't be mad at him, because there's no off position on the John Barrowman awesome switch. So he posted this, which is just brilliant. Let's look at his response. There we go.
Hi, everybody. It's John and Scott here, and all the dogs. And this afternoon...
Well, I have to tell you, any person who's got a bunch of dogs who are clearly happy and loved, I think is a decent person. I just do. I don't think a bad person can do that. But anyway, let's have them carry on.
Following the popularity of our last movie review, we've decided to...
Well, I might not have touched on that. See, you should really think these things through. So he posted this review. The Twitter crazers, who are crazy, I think are mentally ill, went crazy. They're like, burn him, and because I don't think it's about justice or a social justice. I think it's just about power. And when they cancel somebody, they want them to stay cancelled, right? So carry on.
To review another movie.
Yes, guess what that movie is?
It's just brilliant. This is just brilliant.
Trolls. Fabulous Trolls.
We absolutely loved the movie Trolls. We wanted to let you know so that you can go and watch it with your family and friends.
Wait a minute. Okay, stop press. His hair's black again. Is he coming back as Captain Jack? Is he the surprise guest? Is that why his hair's dyed black? I don't know. I literally just noticed that, right? Who knows? But this is brilliant. They say, this is what you do with Twitter psychos. You take the piss out of them. This is what you have to do with Twitter psychos. You have to take the piss out of them, because they live on their own pomposity, right? Their own pomposity is the most important thing in the world to them. So let's carry on.
Friends, because everybody needs a troll in their life, don't they?
Trolls are hilarious.
Especially the hilarious ones are the best, especially the singing and dancing, the colors, the movie was spectacular, the comedy, it was great. We recommend that you sit down and you watch Trolls.
Hours of entertainment.
So our rating system is either going to be lemons or 2 bottoms up. Scott, what do you give the movie Trolls?
I give Trolls 2 bottoms up.
2 bottoms up from us. Here's to Trolls. Cheers.
I have to tell you, no one's made being gay seem so much fun. John Barrowman, right? No one has ever made being gay seem so much fun as John Barrowman. Which makes me realize he may like this new piece of merchandise. People are complaining there's no Jodie merchandise going out, and there really isn't. Really, the reason there isn't any Jodie merchandise, Because Jodie's not very popular. You know, this is just so freaking simple. Like, why do you have a hard time finding merchandise now that was easy to find 5 years ago? Because Jodie Whittaker is not popular as Doctor Who. Mainly because the Doctor Who she does is very bad. So there is a... I can't believe I'm going to see this. There's a new piece of merchandise coming out. This doesn't look good. The 13th Doctor console will be released in figurine form. Very glad that we're getting more TARDIS consoles from Eagle Moss due for release in October, which must be when the series is coming out. But look at this. Really? Really? I mean, the Sonic Screwdriver wasn't bad enough. I mean, why do they have to paint it flesh-coloured? I mean, what? Really? I don't understand. I don't understand. It's just we live in a strange time. We live in a strange time. We live in a strange world. And then this was posted by the BBC. The first Time Lords, hashtag Timeless Children, from November 23rd, 2020. Didn't go down so well. So this is the thing, the little thing that goes with it. The Timeless Child was a title used to refer to a mysterious being from whom, across several regenerations, the first Tectoon extracted the secret of... the first Tectoon extracted the secret of regeneration. According to the Spy Master, Timeless Child's incarnations were none other than the original incarnation of the Doctor, long before the first Doctor. Now I'm reading it, that kind of would have worked in like 1966, right? But like now we've had so much lore built up, it just doesn't work in any way, shape, or form. It's very, very, very bad. So, but like, yeah, the point is this. So this is supposed to be, what was it, Omega? The guy on the left is Omega. The person in the middle is Tectoon, and the person on the right is Rassilon. He's a black guy because I think they're riffing on the big Finnish Rassilon from the 8th Doctor stories, played by what's his name? From Rising Damp. I nearly had it in my head and it just vanished away. But who was actually a very, very good Rassilon. But, you know, look, this is the way of every, what's the word, liberal progressive takeover of an existing franchise. They first say, oh, come on, you've got to be more inclusive. Can we come in and play? And there we go, sure. And then they say, we want to fundamentally change this space that you created. So it's moral, according to us. And that always includes removing the male source of power for whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, it's got to be removed and it's got to be replaced by a female one. And, you know, I said this before the Timeless Child reveal. This is just a boring trope that goes on over and over and over again. So, yeah, so basically they're erasing the Doctor with this. But, you know, the reason I wanted to make this video is because I suffered through watching the entire Titan Comics Doctor Who Comicon panel. 40 minutes of sheer boredom. Why is it sheer boredom? Because there are no Doctor Who comics, right? There are no Doctor Who. The latest one is a Missy mini-series, and they spent most of the time talking about that and mentioning how they really don't know much about Doctor Who. Towards the end, they say, listen, we can't release our future plans without the BBC letting us. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's why they're not telling anybody about anything. But then they said, what other characters would they want to do? Because they're talking about things they want to do, none of it being the 13th Doctor. And the thing the creative teams there say, are we allowed to say? I don't know. Are we allowed to say? They kept saying the River Song. They want to do a River Song series. So I'm thinking, could they have hinted that Alex Kingston is the mysterious guest for today? I can kind of see that happening. She's a woman, you know. She's not David Tennant, but David Tennant will give them the viewers that they want. So, but that was essentially it. The only other thing in the panel was they talked about how to break into comics, and they're talking absolute nonsense, right? They're talking absolute. They're saying, you know, go to conventions which don't exist. Work again. That's true. Have your stuff reviewed. No, none of that. The mainstream comic book industry is over. Where you do work for hire, that's over. If you want to do comics, you got to work for yourself, right? You got to work for yourself. You got to sell your own comics, which is why I'm going to close this video and say, check out my Indiegogo, right? This is, if you want to break into comics, you got to make comics, and you have to sell themselves directly to consumer. 1 week to go. Thank you very much for checking out. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin. Look at 20 minutes long. That's me trying to do a quick video. video. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.